through. 1, 2, 3.
Cool. Okay, so I'm Mark Thompson. I'm the Director of Retail and Hospitality for Zebra, or Zebra if you're from the UK. So what we're showing this year at Euroshop is the same as we launched at NRF. It's a concept, a framework if you like, that focuses on the outcomes that retailers are trying to achieve. So if you think about trends and what's happening within retail, the biggest thing is that retailers have more complexity to deal with than ever before, which is great for consulting companies, it's great for technology businesses, as long as we can help them focus on what are you actually trying to achieve. Forget about the bits and pieces of technology that might make that up. Because as you can see, even from this table and other tables and other parts of the booth, there's a lot of different bits of technology. So we're going to have the right technologies that help them solve their problems or achieve their outcomes. So the real challenge is asking the right questions up front. What are you really trying to achieve? When you say you want a mobile device, for example, why? Just keep asking why. I tell my colleagues to act like 4-year-old children. You know, they always just go, why? Act more like 4-year-old children. So you want one of these. Well, why do you want that? Because our staff need them. Well, what are they going to do with them? Well, they're going to count the stock. Well, why do you need to do that? Because our stock accuracy is not good enough. So you want to improve stock accuracy. Good, let's work on that. So we choose 3 big themes. You can just about make it out in the background there in the triangle, but I'll go through what they are. The first theme is employees. It's harder and harder to find people right now. They're becoming a lot more expensive, so we're having to pay them more. And after the pandemic, it seemed like half the retail staff just ran away. I mean, the demand for retail staff is huge and they're just not there. So how do we help engage employees, make them more productive for a start, retain them, train them, make them able to do their jobs a lot better, and actually make them do what they were supposed to do, and this be an actual sales assistant in a retail store, not operational, having to head down and stack shelves and feel as though they're coming to work. And you know, they're told when they come into work, take your phone and put it in your locker, and now go and do this or go and do that. No, give them the right technology to do the job that feels like their phone, that interacts like their phone. They can communicate with other members of staff, that they can see what their next task is, so they don't have to go and look for a supervisor and say, I've done this, what do I do next? The device will tell you what to do next, and if you don't know how to do it, you go through the device or on-device training, just the same as we would do by clicking onto a YouTube channel at home. If something goes wrong with your bike or something at home, you look at YouTube. You look at a 5-minute video on YouTube. So that's exactly how we're changing the game when it comes to staff. We're empowering staff to do things for themselves. So that's the first pillar. The second pillar is the stock. So things like with our partners Google. So if you can see on the screens here, it's the ability to look at what's on the shelves. The ability to say, is that the right product on the shelves? Is the pricing correct? Do I have any gaps? And then taking that data, driving a task down to those empowered staff that says, actually, go and replace that product with this one, or go and refill that gap because we have some back of store. So that's empowered, so that's the inventory piece. But inventory also covers reducing shrink, so making sure we don't have the fraud and the loss. So if we use a camera in our point of sale scanners to be able to say, is the barcode that you've just scanned the product you've just scanned? So recognize, matching the two together, so we reduce that. Using the camera again, so if I put an apple on the scanner, that the scanner actually can tell me, doesn't look at a barcode, it looks at the apple and go, that's a pink lady. And I know how much that is. And I will tell you on the screen, that's a pink lady and this is the price. So no longer do the customers have to go, apple, right, price, product lookup, fruit and vegetables, fruit, apples, and they would we see them a lot choosing, I'll choose a golden delicious because that's a lot cheaper than a pink lady, yeah? So we get rid of that type of challenging fraud in that respect. Or we have partners like Smartway here. So what SmartWay do, they're working with retailers like Euroshop, because another massive challenge for retailers is the fact that over a third of all food is wasted at some point in the supply chain, retail, and in domestic homes. So how do we reduce that? How do we take millions of products out of that waste cycle? So what SmartWay do is it looks at the products, it looks at the sell-by dates, it says these are not to be wasted. Let us mark them down so we get a better pricing and we get better flow through of those products. So ensuring that products don't go to waste. So that's what's happening, and the guys at Ocean absolutely doing that. Within our own business, there's task management. So when I talked about empowering the employees, getting the right task to the right employee is critical. So we have a platform as part of our acquisition of Reflexis Task Management that allows that to go down to individuals. So no longer just the store manager and the store supervisors, we can put those tasks down to individuals. So once we've covered employees and getting them doing the right tasks, we've covered inventory and every aspect of inventory, knowing where products are they front of store, back of store, are they in the supply chain, what's our count accuracy, giving us visibility of what's on shelf at any point in time. That's the second pillar. The third pillar is, of course, the most important one, which is the customer. So how do we improve the experience for the customer? How do we make sure that when they come into a store, all those historical points of friction, which is usually queuing at the point of sale, customers hate queues. So how do we get rid of those? How do we make the point of sale actually an enjoyable experience or a quick experience, or even disappear? So in many countries, Germany included, we run a scan and go solution. So the ability to pick up a scanner as you enter the grocery store, walk around with your cart, scan individual items yourself as you're going round, and then you just go to a payment desk at the end and pay. That way you're not having to take all the items out of your basket again and have somebody else scan them for you. They're already scanned. They're already in your own bags. You're ready to go to your car. All you now need to do is tap, pay, and go. So you can see how that takes friction out of the shopping experience, as well as the other features like the scanner with the camera in it, which is not only helpful for the retailer, it's also helpful for the customer because it speeds up that process. And if we get things right with the employees, we give them the right technology, then actually that improves the customer experience as well. Because if I have a question when I'm walking around the store, I can ask a member of staff and they have access to the data, the information straight away. They don't have to take me to a point of sale desk or a PC that's somewhere else. They can answer it there and then, and I feel better, and their time is not wasted. So they're more happy to interact and engage. So getting each one of those pillars right helps the other pillars as well. So they work in harmony together. And as you can see from the whole booth, we absolutely do that, not just with Zebra solutions, Zebra technologies, but jointly with all of our partners, because it doesn't happen in isolation. And increasingly what our retail customers are asking us to do is to work jointly with other technology companies to deliver the outcomes that the retailer wants to achieve. Don't fight with other technology companies, work together. Focus together on what you're trying to achieve and then deliver the outcomes to the retailers.